Alright, so previously we have learned the function of plasma membrane in chapter 2, right? So do you guys still remember? It's all about the movement of substances in and out of the cell. So why does substances need to move across the plasma membrane? Because in our body system, all of the cell needs substances from outside to carry out metabolic process. During metabolic process, cell produce waste which need to be released out from the cell. So how does these substances move in and out of the cell? It's controlled by the plasma membrane. So what is being moved in, like the nutrients, ions, and other substances? And the metabolic waste product need to be moved out. We are now looking at the structure of plasma membrane. This is the model or the figure of plasma membrane, and it is called as fluid mosaic model. It was proposed by a scientist back many years ago, and is still acceptable until today. So plasma membrane is made up of phospholipid bilayers, which means 2 layers of phospholipids, like this. So this is a phospholipid, and this is a phospholipid bilayers. So the phospholipid will arrange side by side to form a plasma membrane, just like the picture, like this. Alright, let's look at what is on the plasma membrane. First, we have the glycoprotein facing the extracellular of the cell, which means the outside of the cell. Remember, glycoprotein is a combination of carbohydrate plus protein. Then we have the yellow color chain, which is the carbohydrate chain, and the purple color one is the protein. So together, this structure is the glycoprotein. Alright, next, let's look at the structure next to it, which is the carrier protein. So this carrier protein is being fed in the plasma membrane across the phospholipid bilayers. And then we have the channel protein, which looks like this. It has a hollow part in the middle, and then a glycolipid here, which is a carbohydrate chain attached to a phospholipid molecule. We call it as glycolipid. So plasma membrane is made up of phospholipid. The structure of phospholipid is like this picture. It has a polar and hydrophilic head, then a non-polar hydrophobic tail. The word hydro means water and philic means love or like. So if you translate directly, it means water loving. So hydrophilic means water loving. It can also means attract to water. Opposite to hydrophilic is hydrophobic. It means afraid of water or repel water. Here I would like to share a quick way to remember. Alright, we say that the head is polar and hydrophilic, right? So let's imagine when we drink water, we are using our mouth, right? Our mouth is located at our head. So for phospholipid, the head is hydrophilic, which means love water. By looking at the plasma membrane, the head of phospholipid molecule is at the outer layer of extracellular fluid, whereas the phospholipid head is the inner surface of cytoplasm, and the tail is at the middle. Alright, this is how they arrange, and it's very important that you remember which part is polar, hydrophilic, non-polar, and hydrophobic. Here I have another picture for better understanding of hydrophobic. So the water asks the oil, hey, want to hang out? Then the oil say, I can't mix with you guys. Then they say hydrophobic. It means repels water. Hydrophobic means repels water. Alright, this is another 2D figure of plasma membrane, which I get from another book. It's nothing new. It looks exactly like the previous one. Like the 3D one is the same, just this is the 2D. Alright, let's talk about the protein on the surface of plasma membrane. There will be 2 types of protein on plasma membrane. First will be a protein molecule with channel or canal, known as the channel protein. And the protein molecule function as a carrier, which known as carrier protein. So what they do is basically is just to carry molecule across the plasma membrane. On the plasma membrane, we have glycoprotein and glycolipid. They act as a receptor to hormones such as insulin. So in previous class, I've discussed about what is insulin. So insulin in our body is help to lower blood sugar level. For glycoprotein and glycolipid, they also stabilize the membrane by forming hydrogen bonds with the water. So it will stable, it will not break. It also acts as an antigen for cell identification. Take note of this word, cell identification. The meaning of this word, it means that they can use the glycoprotein or glycolipid to know what kind of cell it is. So let's say it can be a muscle cell, bone cell, or nerve cell. So they have different glycoprotein and glycolipid. It's for cell identification. Then it will be cholesterol. Alright, we know that very high cholesterol level is very unhealthy for our body. It will increase the risk of cardiovascular disease like heart attack and stroke. However, our body needs optimum amount of cholesterol to make the phospholipid bilayer stronger, more flexible, and also less permeable to water-soluble substances such as ions. Cholesterol is not all bad, but is necessary in our body. I have an exercise here for you all. I would like you all to spend some time to draw the plasma membrane and label it. Firstly, please draw the phospholipid bilayer first, and then the channel protein, and then the carrier protein,